my dear students, welcome back to my class. Today we will continue our chapter, that is A Teacher's Fee. In the last class, you have learned till that Vijayasena took permission from Lokmitra, his guru, and he told as a gratitude that he said, I want to give a payment as a token of gratitude, but Lokmitra told this is not the actual time that I will take the payment, but I will take the payment on the later day, not now. So when the time will come, then I ask you to give me the payment, but not now. So this way Vijayasena went back to his father. Okay. Now let's see what happens in the next. Okay. So let's start that. Vijayasena was forced to be content with this and returned to the city. King Sudarshana was overjoyed to see his son, but over the years his resentment of the sage had become stronger. Now that Vijayasena is safe at home, I will punish Lokmitra, he thought. So Vijayasena went back to his father, and what happened is that when he returned to his kingdom, that means his city, King Sudarshana became very overjoyed. But over the years, his resentment of the sage had become stronger, and that means Sudarshana. Okay, so yes, he has got his sons back, but the thing is that the earlier that he was very that happened in earlier, he was very angered. His bitterness against the sage, that is Lokmitra's, grew very stronger, and he thought something back against Lokmitra. Now then Vijayasena is now that Vijayasena says that I will punish Lokmitra, he thought now that I have got back my son, that means Vijayasena, and now I will punish Lokmitra, that what he has, that I have given commanded, but he has not accepted it, and because of that he will punish Lokmitra, the sage. Okay. So next paragraph you see, students. King Sudarshana ordered his men to burn down the sage's hermitage. The prince, who was now living in the palace, was completely unaware of his father's evil deed. So some months later, it was a time for Vijayasena to be married. At once, the prince set off into the forest to invite Lokmitra to be an honored guest at his wedding. But when he reached the spot where the hermitage had once stood, all he found was a huge heap of ashes. So what happened is that King Sudarshan ordered his army men to burn down the hermitage, that is the ashram. Okay, so because of a revenge, but this thing was the prince did not know about it, whatever about his father's evil deed. Some months later, it was a time when he was going to marry. So it was Vijayasena was going to be married, and so he went to the forest where the hermitage is there to invite Lokmitra for his marriage as a guest of his wedding. Okay, but when he reached, he found that whole the hermitage once stood, that means the ashram. Okay, so all he found was a huge heap of ashes. It was completely burnt and it becomes ashes. Okay. Next paragraph you see, Prince Vijayasena was horrified. Okay. What had happened to his beloved guru? The prince looked everywhere and finally found his teacher seated under a tree. Full stop. "O Guru," he cried, "what has done this to you? Tell me, and I will see that he is punished." "Son," said Lokmitra, smiling, Do you remember to fee you owe me? I will ask for it now. The sage then told Vijayasena what he wanted done. So what happened is that after he was wanted to see his beloved guru in a big tree, the prince looked everywhere and he found that in a tree his guru was sitting, and he asked, "O Guru, who has done that? Who has burned hermitage, my ashram? Just tell me the name. I will punish him." But Lokmitra smiled at him and told that the payment you owe me, you have told me that you have given me Guru Dakshina. Okay? So it is the main time you need to give me that Guru Dakshina, or the fee that you wanted me to pay. So the sage told Vijayasena what he wanted done. Now students, you have to think that what the sage has asked Vijayasena. What the thing? So this is the ending of the story, that is a teacher's fee. With this, thank you so much, students.